Before every ride, I spend 15 to 30 minutes just going over my bike to make sure everything is ready to go. This might sound like a lot, but it's better to check over your bike for 30 minutes before it breaks out on the trail 5 miles into your ride and it takes longer to walk out. This is everything I use to make sure my bike is ready to go, so let's get into it. So the first thing I do before I even get started on working on my bike is I make sure I clean it. So that way you can have a clean bike and a clean slate to start working on everything. It's pretty quick and easy and there's no reason not to do it. And when you have a clean bike, you can ride more confidently on the trail. So you just don't want to use jet on your bike, because that can get into your bearings and whatnot. Just give everything a nice rinse off. I personally don't use bike soap, I just use water. All you really need is a couple of microfiber towels. If you want, you can get some brushes. I use these brushes. So all you have to do is either get your microfiber towel wet or your brush. Just use a brush, and this brush is something you can get into all these hard to reach areas. Underneath your seat, all these crevices. Work your way around. So then you can just grab your other brush, wet it down, or just continue using the same microfiber towel if that's what you're using. Make sure you get your derailleur. Now that you got all your dirt loosened up, you can just rinse it off again. Remember, don't use jet. And that is how I rinse off my bike. Now we're going to dry it. So you just want to, if it's in a stand, just take it off the stand. So this is best done on concrete, but you can just do it wherever you need to. You just, all you're trying to do is get as much water off as you can before you go to dry it. So now you just grab your microfiber towel, a dry one, and then you just start drying it. Start from the top down. If you're enjoying this video so far, I'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button and subscribe while you're down there. Alright, let's get back into the video. Now we're going to dry the chain, and you want to make sure you have a different microfiber towel that you don't care about getting dirty. And then go around on all the cogs. If you want to get more serious about drying your cogs, you can actually take your back wheel off and then floss it by putting your towel in like this, going all the way around. That is one option. Otherwise, you can just spin around, move your towel positions a couple times, so that way you can dry everything. Get your front cog, get your derailleur, get any spots that you missed, and then for your pedals, you can just kind of scrub them a little bit. Pedals and tires you can't really get clean all the way, but washing them a little bit does make them look a little better than not washing them at all. There we go. Now you want to let your bike completely dry before you add your chain lube. So now we're just going to put some finish detail on the bike. Now that's completely dry. And this stuff you do not want to get near your brake rotor, so I just spray it on the towel. And wipe it on. This can also help you get, if you missed dirt in a few places, that you're going all over the bike. Be very careful around your disc rotors. That is how you wash your bike. This is very important and a very crucial maintenance step, because if your bike is dirty, dirt can get and stuff, make a grinding paste, it can be bad. So now the second thing I do is I make sure I do a bolt check on all my bolts. So we'll start here at the stem. I like to use a torque wrench. It's not mandatory, but it is definitely a good idea to use one. So that way you know that you're torquing your bolts to spec. It can be a little bit of an extra confidence booster, knowing that your bolts are all tied down right. So then after the stem is all nice and tight, I'll move on to the back of the bike to my suspension linkage. Just make sure it's all tight. There you go. They definitely loosen up over time, so it's definitely something to make sure that you pay attention to. This one's pretty loose. Probably have to add more Loctite to that. I've got a couple different sizes on my bike of linkage bolts. Just go around every bolt that you have. Make sure it's all tight. And so these bolts right here aren't actually bolts. This one, you actually have to go to this side, and that's how you tighten it down. There we go. And that was the bolt check. This is something I make sure I do every single ride, so that way I know that my bike won't fall apart on me on the trail, and it can have that little bit of extra confidence boost when you're riding, so that way you know that everything is completely torqued up to spec. So now that our chain is completely dry, we're going to go ahead and lube it, so that way your chain lasts longer, is quieter, it runs more efficiently. There's lots of different ways to lube your chain. You can lube it however you want, but you're just trying to get it into the inside of the rollers, so that is where you actually need to lube the chain. You don't need it just on the outside or on the top. You need it where it actually contacts your cogs. So now you just want to spin your bike around a couple times, so that way the lube works into everything. Because if it's just sitting on there, it does actually no good. It needs to actually be on the inside. So now the last thing I do is I check my tire pressure. If you want to see a review on this gauge right here that I use, I'll link it in the top right corner of your screen. So all I do is just check my pressure to the pressure that I typically run, which is around 19 in the front, 18, 19 in the front, and 20 to 22 in the rear. So that's good. I'll run it a little bit harder on rocky trails or bike park trails, because you're just being harder on your tires there. And the front tire, I like to run 18 to 19 psi in there. I find it works really well. Got the bike all nice and shiny now, looking good. So now that the bike is ready to go, I make sure that I am ready to go with my gear and whatnot. So since I do ride clipless pedals, I'm going to make sure that my clipless shoes are ready and my helmet. So now I just go through and make sure I have my multi-tool in the storage that's in my bike, so that way I always have it. I've got tire plugs in there as well. So we got my helmet, my knee pads, my shoes, and then I'll sometimes wear gloves. I've got my multi-tool, a spare tube. These tubes are really light, they're TPU tubes, and they're just spares in case I need them. I've got some spare cleats for my shoes, some electrical tape, tire levers with a quick link stashed inside of them. Then I'll bring a pump, and then some zip ties. Got some big ones and some small ones, because you never know when you need them. And that is my pre-ride checklist. If you like this video, go ahead and make sure you give it a like and hit subscribe while you're down there, so you can get more videos like these. Go ahead and check out this video right here, and I'll see you over there.